Alright, we're here with our first match with Amped Burn, with some other twists and turns that we'll see how it turns out. We'll get the one lander. Seems okay. Like that. Get to try out Amped Raptor, presumably. That goes. Turn one Thoughtseize. Oh, Fatal Push. Don't know that Seemingly is going to be great in this matchup, but. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm recording. Okay. It goes to 9. Hold up Bolt here. Presume this is going after Amped Raptor. Sure. If we draw a land, they're basically dead. Should have 4. So even if our opponent has Fatal Push here, just kind of do the thing. They go to 2. Definitely not wanting to cast that Thoughtseize. It's a cute trick with Orcish Bowmasters and possibly Shouldered. This can get Elegant Parlor for us. Literally have no reason to attack here. Opponent could attack here and then activate Gyre Reach. I mean, theoretically, if they get creative here, they could kill Eidolon without exerting any more damage. Yeah, that qualifies as a card I'm willing to yeah, I thought they had none not dying after all. Sure. Probably should have gone face with that friend. Mm-hmm. Probably should fire in with... Well, it does get to ping down out Amped Raptor, which is annoying. Oh, I think we may be locked out of this game, which is extremely annoying. Walk and walk. Yeah, I don't think we were supposed to cast that, Okay, I'm fine with this. Seriously? What the games we get into with Eidolon sometimes. Yeah, that's fine. Got a top deck a burn spell this turn or we die. Because menace creature, menace creature. The opponent fires in with everything. We are dead. I mean... Seems like they realize that as well. Or apparently they don't. Yeah, if they would have attacked here, they would have attacked with everything. They would have had lethal. Now, we can't cast a spell until after we suicide Eidolon here, but if we draw another burn spell, we have a chance. Okay, Amped Raptor, roll the dice. What a weird game. I think 4 protection for a deck seems pretty good. I think I'm getting Eidolon the heck out of my deck. Doesn't seem like it does a lot. Smash is not where we want to be. I think we just get 4 of those in. Four lands, just as too many lands. Mulligan. We'll keep this hand. I'm not thrilled about it, but we'll keep it. Wouldn't be surprised if we get grief scammed here, so. Sanctifier would be nice, but I think we just go ahead and take care of this guy. Don't think there's going to be a lack of targets for Serum Blaze, especially since I think we're dealing with Bowmaster here. Nothing. Okay, let's grab Elegant Parlor. I think I'm fine with that. Just gonna play a Swizzle Spear here. Sure. Play with an interesting hand. I'm fine with keeping a bolt on top in this situation. I mean, Sanctifier is like the card I'd ideally like to draw, but they already showed us at least one Shouldered Edict. Opponent not with the best of keeps, or at least didn't look like it's panned out very well. Sure, if you're going to leave Thoughtseize in against the burn deck. Leave that in our hand. Doesn't really accomplish a whole lot to play it out. And who knows? Our opponent might decide to Thoughtseize us again. gonna go ahead and do this main phase since we can cast literally everything in our deck we might draw. Yes, no, maybe. Can we draw our card, please? I know it's really hard to click OK. Serum Blaze would be great. I mean, almost anything here would be pretty decent. Amped Raptor would be pretty awesome. Or both of our 1-drops would get in pretty reasonably here. Yeah, I don't dislike what our opponent's doing with their deck, but it feels like they're a little too cute. Just gonna play that out. Yeah, I don't really care if they get a fetch land off of us. Okay, well, let's see what we hit off of Amped Raptor. Should have won. Presume our opponent has some way to deal with this. Okay. Why would they sacrifice that for a skull crack? It doesn't make a ton of sense. Void Walker, sure. I mean, let's just stop playing games and end it, right? Alright, nice start to this league. We're here for match 2. Got the 1-lander. I think we got a mulligan this on the draw. This hand's fine. Question is, what am I playing back here? Blaze or play with fire? So on the draw, it's between these three cards. Obviously, Swissbeard Goblin Guide you want. Eidolon tends to be a lot worse in the draw, so I think I'm actually, despite Blaze or Play with Fire, I think I'm going to default to Eidolon here. Okay, and we're up against Eldrazi, so... Okay. Put it on E-Tron. Okay. Chalice on one. Yep. Yay! I didn't miss this bullshit. That's multiple Devourer of Destinies. It's 5 mana total. Actually 4 mana, probably the One Ring. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Well, it's apparently going to be a swear-laden game. Alright, 2 Wear Tear. 2 Smash to Smithereens. Splinter doesn't do much. Play with Fire is kind of whatever. Searing Blaze doesn't do much in this matchup. I guess I'll play first. This hand's got one more land than ideal I like, but at least have the Smash to Smithereens, Tonewalker. We'll have a Trini, which they might pitch anyway to the Devourer. Let me guess. Devourer of Destiny into turn 1 Chalice. Nope, just Bindstone. Okay, play Amped Raptor. Okay. So opponent could have up to 5 mana on turn 2. Nope. They go for what? Thought-Knot Seer or Chalice on 2? Thought-Knot Seer. Annoying card, but also kind of whatever. Probably gotta take Smash would be my guess. Yeah, I'll put that on the graveyard. Pass. We know they have the Kozilek's returns. The Amped Raptor is not doing anything the rest of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a terrible card, I suppose. So now they have Ugin's Lab and Kozilek's command in hand. Four, five, six, seven. Sure. The opponent's going with scry 2 and then draw a card. Take the 4. Gotta target the One Ring, because targeting this literally does nothing. Yeah, that was just the card we wanted to draw here. Alright, there's Trons. They can cast anything in their freaking hand. Excuse me? Oh, fantastic. Alright, that was fun. Alright, match number 3. I think we can mulligan this one. Seems fine. We're gonna put back Elegant Parlor. And go. Okay, looks like we're up against Boros. Nope, we're up against Storm. I'll stay exerted. Still get to cast Boros Charm next turn. So we'll see what our opponent does here, if they have a Bolt or something main deck. So, could go Metamorphose into Grape Shot, I suppose. I think they're more likely to cast a setup card here, and then well, I mean, there were a time to draw Searing Blaze, it would be right now. Alright, well, so definitely want the Sanctifiers in the back. Smash and Return not be terrible. Skullcrack's middling against them, they don't tend to gain life, and then Searing Blaze, I mean, some variants run DRC, obviously they have RAL, so we'll try it like this. Okay, well, I mean, well, guess we gotta fetch Sacred Founder here to keep up our ability to Reckless Impulse, huh? Not the best draw. We're probably dead this next turn, so. It's a lot of recklessly impulsing. Would have been nice to draw a Boros land there to get this down. Turn their graveyard into a bit of a joke, but it's a very good chance we're dead or our board gets wiped. Desperate Ritual and Doral. Not conceding. I mean, very good chance we're dead here, but I think the opponent might have goofed. It's possible they were supposed to play Pyretic before this, but that's interesting. I think we go to combat first. See if they are... Not the way I really want to kill Ral, but it is what it is. So it's not that Ral is a cost reducer so much as it was that Ral threatened, if they chain off a bunch of spells, to give them an extra look at, 8 cards. So they can go off with Piff here, can't they? This is where I would have loved to have gotten a Boros land down, just to shut off this axis of attack. Actually, Piff costs, what, 4? So yeah, they do have enough mana for it. Let me start chaining off some... You gotta... I mean, unless you have another ritual in hand, you kind of got to let this resolve first before you start tapping mana, but... Man, they've got Grape Shot, so we're pretty much dead here. To see a good portion of their deck at least. But it looks like they have DRC and Ral. I believe they're on the Wish version. I think they showed us Wish Game 1 by bidding it off of a whatchamacallit land. Yep. Mm-hmm. So Storm is one of those decks that once you understand the deck, it doesn't really require a ton of kind of brain function to... Probably should have played the second DRC, but not that it's really relevant. Surveil triggers can be a little annoying to resolve, especially when you basically have a deterministic kill here with Grape Shot in the graveyard. One of the kind of weaknesses of this version of the deck is the mana is a bit worse towards casting Sanctifier and Vec. Because if you look at the mana with the two arenas, you have two less, I think one or two less red sources. I mean, I don't even know what they're wishing for here. Pretty sure they already have the Grape Shot in the graveyard, but if they want to show us a card out of their sideboard, then so be it. Alright, so yeah, we're down one Inspiring Vantage. So we have two basic mountains, two arenas that don't tap for white mana, so we only have 16 white sources for our Sanctifiers, which is admittedly a little bit low. Arena is, I was running two arenas when I started this league 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, just because I wanted to more often draw it to see, you know, how it pairs with Amped Raptor or Eidolon specifically, cards that, you know, don't have haste. So, and obviously, if I was playing something like Flage, I'd also be interested in a land granting my Titan haste. Yeah, sand is pretty good. The one downside to it is no white mana, but yeah, this is freaking annoying. We could potentially die before we even cast our Eidolon. It's an Elegant Parlor, which is interesting. Okay, at least this will come in untapped. Question becomes does the extra point of damage become worth not having an untapped land the next turn? If we draw an untapped land, I think I'm going to be very incentivized to haste this. Okay, so it's one less spell our opponent can cast, which is relevant. And with our opponent showing Ral, we're even less likely to get in with damage with it next turn, so let's see if our opponent has a Boulder or Static Prison. I guess they could go Ral Grape Shot to kill it too, or Ral Ritual Grape Shot and then still kill us potentially. So, presuming they cast this, they go to 12, they fetch, go to 11. What makes sense? What makes more sense, Amped Raptor or Swift Spear plus Play with Fire? Play with Fire would be +3. Or kill your Ral. And Amped Raptor is roll the dice. Could even be something as bad as Smash the Smithereens or Wear Tear when they have no No artifacts in play. 4 mana? Surprised they let Rao go there. So what makes more sense here? Opponent has 3 cards in hand. Doesn't seem particularly likely that they'll go off, but okay, that makes it more of a possibility that they go off here. So they have a cost reducer. No, they already had another Rao in hand. That's why they weren't terribly worried about it. Alright, nice to pick up the win there. That probably would have cinched it, most likely. Alright. Another match with Raptor Burn. No later. Sure, we'll keep us hand, put back one of the Boros charms. Not the most mana efficient card in the world, so world. Okay. So that, do that, do that. Yes, I would like to pay some life. My opponent for 1. Okay, Screeve, huh? We take the opportunity to Raptor. Screeve. Probably Death and DNT would be my guess. Nope, just might be some Boros mid-range deck. Oh. Okay, well, could be up against Winota. Or like Orchid, whatever, thingamabobber. Alright, that's, that would be reasonable, but we really need to kill this Thalia. So, bloop. So 1/1, right? Yep. Gotta put it for 4. Alright. So is there a recent list finishing with this? So I really did like this, or a variant of this deck, so I can't say that it's hot garbage, but Looks like most of what's been finishing with it is mono white decks. So Skullcrack probably isn't necessary. Problem is I don't know that we actually have anything to bring in against them. Like, we don't know if they actually have something like Ether Vial in their deck. Doesn't seem particularly likely, but it is certainly possible. And gotta be careful of some just dumb shenanigans with their deck. Okay, they're just a Legends deck of some kind. Yeah, I think we just laid on a land here. Mm-hmm. This is a 1/2, right? Yeah. Okay. So I got fetch a basic, play a Swift Spear, and pass. All right. I'm not going to play something like Thalia here. Adeline, that one's cute. Again, no reason to attack currently. I mean, we probably should have pushed a little bit of damage there. Like, even if they have... See, they're kind of in an awkward spot, because Winota doesn't do much if they even have Winota in their deck. Which, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to play red. Outside of something like Winota, maybe Ragavan. So it'd be 3 power, minimum attacking. Do I just force them to do their entire turn? So obviously they can, you know... No, don't want to do indestructible. I want to do double strike. So now you're going to have to spend your entire turn and a land to keep this alive, so... Okay. Decent chance they have another Adeline or something here. Not sure why they said GG. Oh, because they should have played it. So drawing Kithian. This is only when it attacks itself. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Smash the smithereens. That is unironically an artifact creature. Every type of Marion and another legendary creature, draw a card. Okay. So unless they have Ragamonkey. Excuse me? Oh no, legendary creatures have +1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To 8. Guess we'll attack them for one more. Okay. We have some limited number of red creatures, but I don't really think that's worth bringing in Sanctifier. So. And it's pretty controlling and reasonable, so. Pass to our opponent. Turn 1. Dragon Monkey. Okay, Elegant Parlor. I don't think there's anything they've shown us to reason to play around that, or to play around not killing this main phase. So. Okay. Go ahead. Grieve how they run. Much as I would like to get the scry, I think we just kill their stuff and pass. Save Amped Raptor for when they have something on the battlefield that we could hit something that could kill them. Always main phase your removal, ladies and gentlemen. Basic land. Lava Spooky. Spike you. And Puna Concedes. So, don't even know if they were running Winona, but low to the ground Legends deck's fine too. Alright, we're here for the final match in this league. Don't really notice the one-lander. This hand's actively pretty bad, but we'll put back Sacred Foundry, I guess. Lava Spike. Lava spike. So looks like we might be up against okay, sure. That's kind of annoying. It's got cats. Okay. Some +1 counter. One can flip and make cats if they wish. Probably block here. That Falaji. Warlegger's Call. It's kind of annoying because they could turn this into a 4/5 lifelinker. Okay. Yep. Go to 4, do the thing, do the thing. Is there any line that can get us out of this? I don't think so. Jolted Awake bought them the time they needed. Is there some type of Soul Sisters nonsense? Showed us what? War Leader's Call or something? Johnny Nakala Pariah. Okay. So, is that an activated triggered ability? This is activates an ability. Don't think Harsh Mentor we won this matchup. I think unfortunately it might just literally be submit. Yeah, sounds fine. By fine, I mean we have 1-drop creatures, an early answer to one of our opponent's creatures, and if there's a game we're going to win, it's going to be with a hand like this. Unless our opponent's on their removal heavy hand, but it looks like they have Ocelot Pride. Sure. Strife, lifelink. I guess we give them the chance to block first. Predictably, they don't, so. Fable and Mirror Breaker that they can't cast. That's kind of hilarious. Mm-hmm. Surface knock your life total and permanence control hexproof. Okay, sure, whatever. Okay. Leader's Call, sure. All right. Still haven't seen any artifacts. I mean, obviously they have War Leader's Call, which is, or whatever the heck that stupid card is. Yeah, War Leader's Call. War Leader's Call. There was a list that's actually running it. One of the Boros Energy lists, anyway. But could have brought in Wear Tear, but I think that's just can't keep the 5-land hand. This hand is not great, but I do think we keep it. We basically have to keep any spell here, even though Boros Charm isn't particularly good here. Sure. It's kind of awkward. So, like, you kind of want this for, Searing Blaze, but I think with 2 other lands in our hand, we can afford to. God of Souls, sure. I'm kind of surprised they attack with that one, but sure. Let's see what the Amped Raptor hits. Flare of Fortitude, sure. It's an interesting choice. Doing this to hold up Play with Fire. In case they have Jolt Awake here. Sure. Okay, probably should have actually played that tapped, but... Presume they'll get a basic here, yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't give it, yep. Attack with everything, see what they do. That flips, which is fine. And then I have just enough burn to finish them off. It was a tricky game. Nice. Alright, so we're back with a wrap up with Energy Burn, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's basically Amped Raptor Burn. Honestly, Arena of Glory didn't really get us this league in terms of coming into play tapped. It made our Amped Raptors and our Eidolons at different points hasty. So this card could certainly be worth exploring as a 1 of or 2 of. I was kind of impressed by it in this shell. As far as the main deck shell, like, I mean, a lot of this isn't too fancy. I mean, you have the 4 Skull Cracks. This could easily be 2 Skull Crack, 2 Lightning Helix. As far as, you know, the rest of the deck, it's pretty standard thoroughfare. You know, you got your Goblin Guide, you got your Swift Spears, you got your Eidolons. It's kind of the standard back for burn right now. Searing Blaze, Skull Crack, Boros Charm. The only like main change I made to the deck, besides, you know, obviously including Amped Raptor in the deck, is the 4 copies of Play with Fire. Now, burn is in a weird spot in the meta, and for a long time, I've really wanted a third 1-drop spell that does something. You know, like Chain Lightning. You know, Galvanic Discharge if it actually hit face, you know, those kind of things. I think Play with Fire is a pretty decent middle ground. Like in early turns, it allows you to deal with your opponent's early creatures, you know, Ragavans, Orcish Bowmasters. You know, there's a lot of good 1 and 2 drops, you know, Goddess Souls, etc. right now that are 1/2. So this is a pretty good card. And even in the late game, this is, you know, dome your opponent's face for 2, scry 1. Well, it can kind of suck when your opponent's at 3 life and you draw this as your last card and you need to top deck a 3 damage burn spell. But overall, I do kind of like its role. Plus, we can't really play 3 drops in this deck with Amped Raptor right now, unless we wanted to play Galvanic Discharge. As far as Amped Raptor, this card was decent to good. It kind of helps stall the board a little bit. When you combine it with Arena of Glory, I think it's quite a good card. So I do think this is worth exploring more in a traditional burn shell. Although I will say, I think you kind of have to choose one or the other. I think you have to be either on Amped Raptor or Flage. I don't think you can run both without running more energy cards. And I just don't think, you know, Galvanic Discharge or what's the other one? Static Prison or any of those cards really make a whole lot of sense to run and burn. You could certainly run your Galvanic Discharge if you wanted more 1-mana creature interaction over Play with Fire. But, you know, as always, I kind of like my burn spells to go face in this deck. Sideboard, we really didn't bring in Exquisite Firecraft all that much. You know, I kind of plug these in my sideboard usually when I'm expecting some amount of blue in the meta. And obviously, Jeskai is certainly a portion of the meta, but we just didn't run into that this league. You know, we did run into a good bit of Smash and Wear Tear. Did run into several matchups where Sanctifier was fine. So, you know, as far as the sideboard, Harsh Mentor is obviously here for Nadu. Nadu is such a weird spot in the meta right now. Everyone expects the deck to be banned, but it's not. As a result, it's not being played all that much. Plus, it's not all that fun to play on Magic Online anyway. So it's like, do I really justify these 4 Harsh Mentor slots? I don't know. It depends on when Wizards finally gets around to banning Nadu, if they do. Probably in August, late August is, I think, the next BNR cycle, because I don't think they're going to emergency ban it right now. Especially, I think, when Legacy actually needs the emergency ban, not Modern. But these and these both kind of felt useless in this league, but that's just because we didn't run into the right matchups. As far as tier matchups, I mean, we did beat Mono Black Necro, and we did beat Ruby Storm. We lost to Eldrazi, Prison, whatever you want to call it, with unfortunately a few F-bombs slipped in. So a little bit of a rough start to my video play for today, but not necessarily the video, because obviously the first one was recorded on a different day. But yeah, I think I like where this list is landed. Maybe you don't want to run the Elegant Parlor for the 4th Inspiring Vantage. Not really sure on that, but you know, the mana base obviously continues needing to be tweaked a little bit, but you know, I do kind of like the 2 Arena of Glories and the Amped Raptor Eidolon of the Great Rebel Shell, and the sideboard obviously going to be in flux until the format kind of settles down here in MH3. But as always, if you do like burn content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hope to see you for our next video.